Hello? Yes po, naka-live na po tayo, no? Naka-live na tayo. We are live na, Sir Tony, sa mga kasamahan natin dito sa StreamYard. We are live.
RB Mopita. For our first episode, it would be best that we would get somebody to talk to us about FMA. Our first host for our first episode is no other than lightning speed of stick fighting, mesmerizing disarms of an armed combat, the flashy and little moves of the Filipino blade. These are just some of the features of Filipino martial arts. Hi, welcome to All Play Network's First Strike. I'm your host, Ferdinand Gayolas. I am a practitioner of Filipino martial arts. And hosting with me on our first episodes, and our episodes in First Strike, is the two-time Palarong Pambansa national champion, and she's also the multi-awarded Milo Arnis champion. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, the young RB Motita. Hi RB, good morning, and thank you for being with me again on this First Strike. RB?
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, RB's back. Hello, RB. Welcome to First Strike.
Thank you, Sir Bot. Welcome. Good morning to all of our viewers. And right now, Sir Bot, I would like to make shoutouts a little bit for our viewers po, no? And as some reminders din po, if to our viewers, if you want to ask question to our guests for today, it is free to comment down below, and after we have an interview for them, we will go back to your questions and we will answer it together with them po. So,
please do so. Have a lot of questions, and we will be really willing with our grandmasters and our guests. We will be willing to answer your queries. Okay, RB, perhaps you'd like to introduce our first guest, the first guest for our first episode.
Yes, and good morning to everyone. I would like to introduce to you our first guest. He is from Silay City, Negros Occidental, and he is also known as Grand Master of Filipino martial arts. Let us welcome Grand Master Bambit Dulay.
Oy, hello, magandang umaga, reviewers.
It's nice to have you on our show, Grandmaster Bambit Dulay. It's very nice to have the forerunner of Filipino martial arts, not only in the Philippines, but also throughout the world, as our first guest on our first episode. Welcome, Grandmaster Bambit Dulay.
Thank you for inviting me for this first the first strikes of this event, of this streaming event, no? My name is Samuel Bambit Dulay, no? Came from Negros Island, yeah. And I have been the practitioner for almost 50 years from now. I started my martial arts journey when I was a kid. So, ito po yung I have been a instructor of the under Bibing Lisondra in Bacolod City, and I have been also instructors of Ernesto Presas in Arjuken, and lately I was introduced to Grandmaster Remy Presas to continue his dreams of spreading the late discovery of this style, which is we call this pitapi-tapi. I am the one of the board member of Philippine Eskrima Kali Arnis Federations and the chief instructors of International Philippine Martial Arts Federations. I am also the member of the new group that we formed, that the World Filipino Martial Arts Confederations, which I am the member of the cultural committee in this organization. Okay?
Okay, Grandmaster Bambi, you said that you are the front runner of modern Arnis. How is modern Arnis different from traditional Arnis?
Well, modern Arnis was devised by Professor Remy Presas. It is a new forms of Filipino martial arts, fighting arts, that changes the system of training. So, the classical methods that he've learned from different grandmasters like Timoteo Maranga, and also with Binancio Bacon, and then some of his instructors are from Negros Occidental, are different kind of strokes of fighting arts, which doesn't have the numbers. So Professor Remy changes the system of the fighting arts into not more or less safe to the students. Change the system of the training systems of the physical education programs. He changed for introductions, the culture, and the classicals, and the history of the Filipino fighting arts. And he changed the systems of these educations on the law enforcers, the police and the military. So he separated those systems, and he promulgated and developed the fighting arts of the sports aspects. So when you say the sports aspects, it's a broad competitions that he started to invent the headgears, equipments for safety. So Professor Remy Presas developed this kind of teachings and spread it all over the world. But his main purpose is to unite the different styles of Filipino martial arts in the Philippines.
So essentially, Grandmaster Presas, of course with your help, made Arnis more student-friendly and more structured than the traditional Arnis.
Yes, naturally, because in the traditional teaching, it is directly hit to the hands. So, there is no pattern of teaching that every grandmasters, or we call them before maestros. Maestros will teach you how to move, and they will strike you directly to the hands, no? Without explaining what is the purpose of these strikes, how you will move, what is the footworks, how will you defend yourself. So the grandmasters has many different styles. It is a broad styles from we just speak it only in Negros Occidental. So Professor Remy Presas changes it. That's the training which is much safer and not so violent to look at. So, Professor Remy changes everything that make the practitioners happy, enjoyable, and exciting, no? So, ginamit siya kasi itong mga different clubs, no? Different clubs from Bacolod City, because those days are the popular is Japanese martial arts, karate. When you say it karate, even though you are doing kung fu or you're doing kickboxing or you're doing taekwondo, we call it karate. So then he travels and introduce this one to different clubs, no? Maraming clubs doon sa Bacolod, no? And then meron na mga kung fu, merong aikido. So he patterned the teaching, especially when you practice karate. We imitated the karate forms of movements to arnis. When you learn taekwondo, he imitate, you call this, he put some kicks and he distribute you call this, execute some striking techniques. So, and when he goes to the aikido clubs, he puts some blockings. So, alam mo naman, napaka-innovative ito si Grandmaster Remy Presas, no? He wants everybody to be happy, no? To learn his purpose of spreading this art, the Filipino martial arts. So,
Listen, I'm going to give you now to the young face of our niece. You know, these people like Ma'am Arby, they will take our place when we're long gone. No? So I'm going to give you the young face of our niece because definitely Ma'am Arby has a lot of questions for you. Ma'am Arby.
Ayan, thank you, Sir Bot. And good morning, GM Bambit. As a young practitioner po, no, gusto ko lang po malaman if ano po yung napansin nyo in the sudden changes, kasi since matagal na po kayo sa arnis, di ba? Ano po yung napapansin nyo kada nagbabago po yung yung taon? Kasi since matagal na po kayo sa arnis, gusto ko lang po malaman kung ano po yung napapansin nyo na pagbabago ngayon sa dati po.
Ito kasi sa ngayon, no, nakikita ko yung arnis, napakabilis ng promotions ng arnis, no? Nakikita ko yung catchy eyes ng mga young generations ng ang pagbilis ng pag-aaral nila, no? They mix the different movements, no? They mix different movements. Meron silang mga creations from different martial arts. So yan ang nakikita ko, no? For the young generations, I think when we introduce arnis, because arnis was really known in the combative forms, in law enforcers, yeah. It was spread all over the world, and it was known as a combat sport or a combat from military, pang military ba. So I think sa panahon ngayon ay the focus will be on sports, no, para madali ma-distribute or madali ma-propagate itong arnis, no. Ang nakikita ko sa mga bata ngayon ay napakabilis matuto ng sariling atin martial arts, no. Yeah. And then ang enthusiasm nila sa arnis ay super high, no. Sinasama nila yung mga dances niyan sa ngayon, and then maraming mga nag-create sila ng mga movements from the different forms of martial arts, katulad ng mga chako, and then long fall as the Japanese martial arts tinatawag nila, no. yon ay sa tingin ko mabilis sila mas matuto kisa ngayon, no, ang mga bata ngayon sa ngayon generation.
Very,
Yes,
they're very innovative and they're very artistic.
yes,
They're very
yes.
innovative and artistic. Yeah, that's right. So
RB, meron ka pa atang itatanong kay GM, di ba? Marami concern si RB, GM, para sa mga bata. Paano daw natin padadamihin yung practitioners ng armies,
Yes,
lalo na
yes.
sa kabataan?
Yes, yes.
ito ngayon kasi nakikita ko, no, ang nung ipasok ni Professor Remy Presas sa Ministry of Education, Culture and Sports, ito yung ARNIS, no. I think nag-grow ito, no. Then they introduced it in the physical education programs, no. Ito yung double sticks, we call it sinawali, no. Exciting kasi itong isang classical style ng ARNIS from this if I'm not mistaken, it came from the Northern Luzon, no. Itong sinawali, no. Na-introduce niya sa buong mundo, no. Pero and then itong mga bata na ito ay na-facilitate ito sa double sticks, no? So pag-introduce dito sa physical education programs in Ministry of Education, Culture and Sports, it helped or did nagpalakas ang ARNIS sa buong Pilipinas, no. So and then when they formulate these rules of competition na para magsama-sama itong mga grandmasters, ay kinreate nila yung NARAFIL, National Arnis Associations, no, when they started to introduce now the fighting arts in sports aspects, no.
RB, meron ka tatanong, di ba?
Yes, sir. May gusto lang po akong itanong. Since may nakita po kasi akong parang event din po yung sa taekwondo. It is possible po ba na, limbawa, di ba may anyo po tayong event, the traditional and the non-traditional. Sa traditional po, alam naman po natin na meron tayong sinusunod na standards po, ganun. And sa non-traditional po is, I would like to ask po, if pwede po ba na, halimbawa, yung mga trend na music ngayon is ipasok sa non-traditional anyo, since parang napapansin ko po sa mga kabataan ngayon parang mas hook po sila sa mga trend ngayon. It is possible ba in the future po?
I think now that we are formulating the rules of competitions in Philippine Eskrima Kali Artist Federation, as a member of the Cultural and Event Committee, I think alamin muna natin yung ang tawag dito, ang criteria at saka definitions. What is traditional, what is non-traditional anyo, no? Well, if you think of traditional anyo, yun makaluma. Pag sinabing makaluma na mga paraan or galaw, ay yun yung ay mga classicals, no, classical strikes. So nakikita nyo na na piniperform ng makaluma, go back to 1970s, ang forms na kumpara sa ngayon, ng forms ng anyo ay nag-iiba dahil nag-evolve, no. So ang creativity ng mga bata ngayon sobrang bilis, no. Our purpose is to formulate the rules of competitions na kinakailangan ma-identified, no. So when it comes to the cultural, no, in sa cultural, ito yung anyo. What is anyo, no? So dapat meron tayong standard na ginagamit na kinakailangan malaman ng mga judges, mas madali sa kanila maintindihan kung ano ang criteria for this judging, no. So those are the cultural. So kinakailangan himay-himayin natin yung itong tawag nito, yung traditional, no? Ano itong traditional? So, ano ang composition ng traditional? Now, so we have to separate the traditional and we have to separate the we call this non-traditional. Pag sinabi mo non-traditional, it's a mixture of different forms, no? So, ibig sabihin, yan ay modern forms of anyo, no? Pero, ang tinatry natin dito, na kinakailangan ma-formulate, magkakaroon ng one standard, no? One standard. Tulad ng karate. Ang karate, meron tayong standard na, tawag dito, ginagamit nila, no? All over the world, no? So, yun nga ang panawagan ko sa lahat, kung pwede makisama or cooperate dito sa Philippine Eskrima Kali Artist Federation na malalaman ang lahat na criteria for cultural about the non-traditional and the traditionals, no? So, okay.
Anyway, sir, thank you very much. So at least na-address yung mga concerns sa kabataan. You know, after all, sila yung papalit sa atin when we're all long gone. And they will be the next masters and they will be the next officers of Filipino martial arts. Anyway, sir, we're going to feature now some of your videos of your activities around the world. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, watch these videos because we're going to feature some of the activities that GM Bambit does, not only the Philippines, but also around the world to make Filipino martial arts popular. Okay? So here right now we have on the screen some slideshows. Now, these are some of the slideshows of some of the... Sir, what happened during this event? I think it's what you call tapi-tapi. What happens here?
Okay, ang nakikita niyo sa slide ngayon is our gathering, no, ng modern armies. We started from my group, no, the Tapi-Tapi. Yan talagang gusto ni Professor Remy Presas nung pagbalik niya dito 1998, 99 and 2000, inorganize ito yung modern armies, no, to be the model for uniting the Presas styles or the modern armies, no. So nag-create ako ng isang event na ito, yung gathering of Tapi-Tapi, modern armies Tapi-Tapi. Our purpose and goal is to brotherhood, magkakaroon ng unifications ng all students of Remy, Ernesto, and Roberto Presas, no. Actually, ito ay para sa mga black belt, no. Ang ginagawa namin nito ay we invite leading instructors from different countries din, no. So para ma-continue ito yung seniority process or this tinatawag natin ito yung hierarchy, no. Ini-invite namin yung mga pinaka-leading instructors from different part of the world, no. Like Germany, we invited Germany, we invited Australia, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, the one from France, we have from US, two from the US, no. So at ito sa Finland, no. Itong gathering nito ay para ito sa magkakakilala ang lahat ng mga modern armies, no. And then to show their style, their technique, no. Sharing of teachings from different countries, no. Alam mo kasi nag-evolve ng ang sistema ng teaching ng iba't instructors sa buong mundo, no. So ang aming tuan nito, ang program nito ay ito kami diyan ay seminars, invited instructors, seminars for the also for the classical arnis, which is we want na preserve talaga ito yung dating alaman na tinuro noon ni Professor Remy Presas from 1950s and the 60s, no?
So, bakit hindi mawala?
Para hindi mawala. Lalo-lalo ng taga-Negros, no? Para magtuloy-tuloy ang propagations nito. Tapos, isa diyan sa activity namin ay ang instructors ay tinuturuan ng how to judge and to referee, no? So, officiating seminars, no? At pinapaliwanag namin sa kanila ang kainaibahan ng different fighting arts of blade and the stick. So, may karoon kami ng seminars for pinipili namin ang mga batikan, ng mga artisador, mga high rankings nito sa officiating. And then, our purpose din is to standardize the movements of Anyo, which Professor Remy started way back 1970s, 60s and 70s, no? So kasi ang anyo kasi pag na-introduce mo sa isang instructors, and then ang isang instructors dito introduce sa iba naman, no? Especially now, it's already all over the world, no? Sa US, Germany, France, Hong Kong, Japan ay nagbabago. So we want to standardize the anyo competitions, no? Exclusively for modern arnis, no? And then itong mga students dito, we have these competitions, no? We call this the rank competition. So alam mo na ang ranking competitions, we have in modern arnis, we stabilize the system of the ranking, no? For white belt, yellow, blue, green, brown, black. So lumalaban yan din sa mga dayuhan ganun din, no? So doon nila in-apply after the officiating seminars skills of judging, no? Malalaman nila how they judge, no? So after that, meron kaming we call this ranking tawag dito recognitions for Lakan and Dayang. So Lakan and Dayang ay as a gesture of their long training, binibigyan namin sila ng medalyon, no? So ang medalyon na tinatawag namin ito ay Lakandula, Lakambini recognitions as a sort of privilege nila, no, ng mga black belts at saka sa kanilang pilgrimage, no. So yun, napakaganda kasi kanya-kanyang sharings ng na-develop nila sa ibang bansa, no. Not only dito sa Pilipinas, kundi ang mga na discover nila ng mga techniques, no. So napakaganda, yun ang pinaka-focus, no.
Sir, I understand that RB is already a Dayang rank practitioner of FMA. RB, it's very nice to know that you're a Dayang already. No?
Yes.
Dayang rank. Okay. RB, I thought you'd like to ask, Sir, GM Bambit Dulay about, you were talking to me about this COVID thing. You were about to ask Grandmaster Dulay about Arnis?
Yes.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Sir Bot. Sir, GM Babet, I would like to ask po if ano po yung pwede nyong ma-share sa mga viewers natin or sa mga first time pa lang po na sasali sa Arnis during this pandemic po?
Well, ang ma-share ko lang dito during this pandemic, no, palagi lang sila nakatingin or pupunta sila sa website ng Arnis, no. Merong website na Modern Arnis Tapi-Tapi website, and dito ay makikita nila yung mga programa, no, programa ng activity during this time of pandemic, no? Meron competitions na inaayos itong Modern Tapi-Tapi, and then we have these virtual Zoom seminars for the beginners para tuloy-tuloy tuloy-tuloy ang pag-iensayo ng mga practitioners. For the beginners, so they start practicing swinging sticks, no, before joining the group, no. Anyway, we have beginners program, and then we have the semi-advanced and the preliminary training, no. So meron naman din rank ang practitioners for the viewers, no. So
that's the new normal in Arnis. Anyway, I will just encapsulate Grandmaster Dulay. So the way I understand it, started in a traditional way of training in Arnis. Then when you met Grandmaster Presas, he had a systematic on how Arnis should be learned and taught. And from then on, you transformed it to the needs of the times, especially now in COVID, wherein there is online training, online interaction, online competition. So essentially, we've gone from strictly physical to online, no? So we can see already the transformation of Arnis, no, from its traditional roots. No? So, RB, do you have any more questions to our Grandmaster? Yeah.
Nothing na, sir. And yes, I would like to thank GM Bambit for with us today and for sharing his evolution of Arnis. Ayan. And for our viewers, I would like to encourage everyone na patuloy pa rin tayong mag-training naman hanggang sa normal na tayo dito sa ating bansa. Ayan. And yes, sir,
I think the young RB Rita should be a model of the young practitioners of Arnis. Anyway, GM Bambit, thank you very much for joining us here on First Strike. We'd like to see more of you in our future episodes.
Yes, sir.
Maraming salamat din po, Godmaster Bobot Gayoles and Dayang RB Mutita.
Sir, hingi ka. Next time, dadala ka ng maraming videos. Okay? Para ma-showcase din natin yung mga activities ni GM Bambit. So, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Front runner, the man behind Arnis, not only in the Philippines, but around the world, Grandmaster Samuel Bambit Dulay. Grandmaster, thank you very much for joining us on our show.
Yes.
Maraming salamat.
Yes. At this juncture, we would like to, RB would like to thank our sponsors for making this show possible. Our sponsors are?
We would like to thank our sponsors, SEAOIL, Gcash, and Tumandok Handicraft. Ayan. Thank you very much sa inyong lahat. And before we continue, Sir Bot, I would like to make shoutouts muna sandali kasi sa mga ating mga viewers ko, no. Shoutout po kay Miss Pangat. Miss po yung nanonood sa atin ngayon, Sir Bot. Kaya ay shoutout po sa inyong lahat and continue watching din po. And I would like to ask comment down below po yung mga gusto nyong itanong sa ating mga guests for today, and we will answer it that after. Yes.
We also would like to thank All Play Network for conceptualizing our show.
Yes.
Now, Okay, okay, RB. So, shall we proceed to our next guest to our show? RB,
Yes.
we have another luminary of Arnis in the Philippines and around the world. He is a teacher extraordinaire. RB, I will leave you the introduction of our next guest. RB?
Yes, thank you, Sir Bot. I will introduce to you our second guest. Hindi ko na papatagalin to kasi para ma-excite din yung mga viewers natin, no? Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest for today is no other than Dr. Paulo O. Matita. Good morning, Doc.
Okay,
Seems
ayan.
like yung
Good
internet,
morning. Medyo
Hello.
naglalag ako, no? Good morning,
Good morning, Doc.
ayan, medyo naglalag lang siguro.
Ayan.
Good morning, RB.
So,
Good
ayun,
morning,
habang hindi pa
GM
po
Boss.
lumalabas
Sa
ito,
ating
ano?
mahal,
Shoutout po muna ulit tayo.
nakalo ko.
Sir, habang hindi pa siya dumadating, habang hindi pa siya lumalabas, ayun.
Anyway, ikaw na lang muna ang interviewin ko, okay?
Sige, sir. Sige.
As a young person, how did you get started in Arnis?
I started
A young girl started
Yeah.
in Arnis.
Yes, I started Arnis po at the age of 7. Yeah. Parang ano lang po ako dun parang saling get lang ako sa Arnis nun kasi since si Papa po isa instructor, kaya ayun sinasama-sama niya ako. Kaya ayun. Then ayun, parang nagustuhan ko naman siya. Nagustuhan ko ang Arnis kasi dito makakuha ka ng friends and everything po. And ayun, hanggang sa nagtutuloy-tuloy po hanggang ngayon. So, ilang years na rin po akong nag-a-Arnis. And hindi na po siguro mawawala sa akin to siguro. Hanggang sa tumanda ako, Arnis pa din po yung sports ko. Ayun.
I think we already have Dr. Paulo Matita. Dr. Pau?
Doc Pau?
Dito lang ako, ayaw.
Seems like his internet is...
Ayan, okay na?
Yeah.
Okay na? Okay,
Ayan.
pwede na ako?
I think yung internet niya is medyo nagiging...
Okay na, Jazz?
Ikaw naman, tanungin ko, Sir Bot, how many years ka na po dito sa Arnis industry?
So, actually, I was a karate-do and a taekwondo player. I was never an Arnisador. But an unfortunate accident happened when I broke my arm. So when I broke my arm, I asked myself, so what am I going to do now? And that is how I started in Arnis. And once I started, I never stopped. Actually, I practiced four styles of Arnis. One is sable, which is blade-based. It's like sword fighting. Then we do a lot of sparring. And we also have uhido, and that is also another style. Tapado, long stick, and lapu-lapu, which is mainly concerned with disarming. So four style, I just combine them, but I try to maintain the integrity of each style so that they won't get mixed up. Now, anyway, Doc Botita, can you hear us now?
Yes,
Doc
I think
Botita
he's
is in the room.
here. Dito sa Discord.
Magtuloy-tuloy ang communications nito. Tapos, isa diyan sa mga
Yes.
namin ay ang instructors ay tinuturuan ng how to
techniques. All that are related to it. So we'll be coming back to you, Dr.
baka na-mute ni Sir. Ano yan?
Unmute ka pa, unmute. Unmute mo pa dito sa may gilid.
The techniques, all that are related to Filipino martial arts. I'm your host, Ferdinand Bobot Loyola, and with me is my co-host, RB Mopita. For our first episode, it would be best that we would get somebody to talk to us about FMA. Our first host for our first episode
Narinig niyo na ako? Okay. So, ayan. Anong cue? Okay na?
So,
Ako hindi ko marinig si Sir Pao pero baka marinig nyo.
we can hear we can hear you loud and clear, Doc Pao.
Okay, so,
Wait lang, wait lang.
okay
Wala.
na cue?
Ayos. Okay.
Yes, Doc. So welcome to First Try, Doc Pao. Do I
Okay,
come in loud and clear?
Ayan. Thank you very much, Sir Both. Thank you very much, RB. Sorry sa mga listeners and viewers natin for some technical difficulties. Alam naman po natin ang current status ng ating internet dito sa Pilipinas. But this time, again, at least naan siguro yung iba hanggang dyan uli. I'm here to discuss actually something about teaching in Arnis, especially online training. Okay? So, but before that, sabi, since may, nga pala sa mga listeners, no, nahiya yung aking anak na introduce ako. Bakit kaya? But anyway, I'll just introduce myself. Okay? I am, as they call me as Doc Pao. Okay? Ayan. Because alam niyo naman, ang aking instructor ay nauna na si GM Bambit. And we are actually following the hierarchy. Sabi na, ano ba, Grandmaster? Hindi pa po tayo Grandmasters because in the hierarchy of modernists, you have to wait. Okay? Kami kasi naniniwala sa tamang panahon. Okay? So, by the way, siguro I will just give you a brief background of my martial arts career. I actually started my martial arts when I was, I think it was 15, 16 years old in my hometown in Masbate. So, nag-start ako as a practitioner ng Kuntaw. Ayan. So, a little bit background about Kuntaw. Ang Kuntaw, we call it Kuntaw ng Pilipinas or the International Kuntaw Federation, founded by the Grandmaster Carlito Lanyada, and currently, ano siya ng aming ang magiging successor si Grandmaster June Lanyada. Yan, shout out kay Grandmaster June at sa aking mga kasamang Kuntaw. I originated from Kuntaw, Masbate with my former instructors, ang aking tiyuhin, si Kid Archie Oxing, and of course the late Master Tante Napase. Yan, shout out sa mga Napase, ang aking mga pinanggalingan. Hindi ko po pwedeng kalimutan yan because I started martial arts. In fact, Kid Tante teach us how to do the basic of our dish, and of course kasama dyan yung isa sa mga dating estudyante rin ni Grandmaster Bambit, si Kirby Del Sorbito. Yan, siya kasi ang nag-introduce talaga sa amin ng Arnis, modern Arnis itself, not other styles but modern Arnis. So since then, after siguro when I graduated in college, I migrated in Metro Manila and I met Grandmaster Bambit, and that's the start of my history with the Filipino martial arts. Okay, so ulitin ko, Kuntaw sa Filipino martial arts. Yan, galing ako doon. Hindi natin dapat kalimutan yon. And until now, I am directly communicated with the Grandmaster with my club in Masbate, Kuntaw Masbate, and of course Grandmaster Carlito Lanyada. And shout out kay Grandmaster Carlito Lanyadi dyan sa US. Hello Kid Dito and Kid Onyo. So yan ang lahat ng mga kasama ko sa Kontaw. Now I will talk about Arnis. So a little bit history of Arnis again, although this was discussed already by Grandmaster Bambit, no? So ang Modernist kasi nagustuhan natin because sabi nga ni Grandmaster Bambit, it started actually bakit sa the scientific methods of teaching Arnis. Yan. Siguro I will just give you a little brief background bakit siya naging Modernist. Okay. Based po sa aking mga Grandmasters like the late Cristino Vasquez, Grandmaster Rene Tongson, Grandmaster Bambit Dulay, Rodel Dagok, and other Grandmasters luminaries, Grandmaster ng Modernist. Sabi nila, Modernist daw kasi Modernist started the scientific approach in teaching. By the way, in profession, I am a PE teacher. Kaya medyo interesting, di po ba? So, bakit siya naging scientific? Because the old system of teaching kasi in correcting the forms in the strike is a so-called stick-to-skin contact. Meaning, kapag nagkamali ka ng palo, hindi ka hahawakan o hindi aayusin yung kamay mong mali with the empty hand but they will strike. That's the traditional system. Because they say as you feel the heat, you will always remember the heat and that's why you will correct. Right? That's the traditional form of teaching Arnis. Now, when Grandmaster Reme Presas, kasi he's lucky because his wife was a teacher, so kailang sabi nila, as I have sometimes I talk to his former wife na dating teacher din, sabi niya binago kong sistema kasi paano tayo makakadami ng estudyante. That's the actual idea of Grandmaster Reme Presas in teaching Arnis into mass system. Ibig sabihin maramihan kasi dati one-on-one lang ang teaching Pag estudyante kita, ikaw lang tuturuan ko, ikaw ang anak ko, ikaw lang tuturuan ko. But this time, even 100 or 1,000 of students, an instructor can teach Arnis. In what way? The scientific approach. Kaya po tinanggap ito sa Ministry of Education din because Grandmaster Reme Presas introduced Arnis in a scientific approach. Ano po yung scientific approach? Una, siyempre, mayroong system, mayroong curriculum. Pangalawa, mayroong tinatawag nating stick-to-stick contact. Instead of hitting the hand, you hit the stick. Pag nag-block ka, you block the stick. Hindi mo pwedeng pag nagkamali ang estudyante, you hit the hand. So, yan po ang nagiging approach ng teaching ng modern Arnis. That is why some grandmasters in the Philippines and in the world follows the same. So, yan po ang naging pinaka-brief background why modern Arnis becomes scientific and different from others. Although, sabi nga ni Grandmaster Bambit kanina, if you remember, Grandmaster Reme Presas actually learned from different grandmasters then. Okay. Traveled siya sa Cebu and Negros from the start of his father Dagas teaching from his father, and he also have the opportunity to learn from Grandmaster Ansyong Bacon and Grandmaster Maranga, pero he developed his own style. Yan. So kaya ako nag-introduce to because may topic today supposed to be about teaching online. Tingnan nyo ang difference before is one-on-one teaching. Okay? So, dapat matuto ka with your students. Student-teacher lang. Diba? So, this time, when Grandmaster Reme Presas teaches kahit na 10, 20, 50, 100. And that's what we learned from Modernists. Because I already experienced teaching up to 200, hundreds or 500 students teaching Arnis in one setting. Ano siya? Kayang-kaya because of, as I've said, the scientific approach with curriculum, and that's why we call it Modernist. Okay? So,
Systematic.
yes, correct. It's a systematic approach, kumbaga, scientific approach. Okay? So, yan po, no? Grandmaster Bot, yes? You have any questions, follow-up questions
So
before I continue?
essentially, Doc Pao, modern arnis is not only a style, it is also a teaching method.
Correct.
So,
Correct,
so
Sir Bot.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, Sir Bot.
With this teaching method now, at least it's nice to know that we will be able to get into contact with more students through the educational system of the Philippines, with the arnis being the national sport and the national martial art, and it is something we can be very proud of. No? So, what is the role of Dr. Mutita,
Okay.
the Department of Education, in spreading the gospel of arnis?
Okay. So, ganito, Sir Bot, actually, I'm just following of the order, di ba? Parang, ano lang, because all across the land kasi, with Grandmaster Remy Presas, in fact, after he leaves for US, naiwan naman si Professor Armando Soteco, which he continues to teach arnis in National College of Physical Education. So, more or less, we have a lot of teachers across the land, across the Philippine archipelago, na during summer, they come here to Metro Manila before to learn physical education through NCPE and formerly PIPES. So, ang pillar diyan is si Grandmaster Armando Soteco, si Professor Soteco din. So, marami siyang mga naging estudyanteng teacher. In fact, when I was traveling around the country with dito sa sports, no, marami akong nakakaharap, although retired na, that they were teachers of arnis from Professor Remy Presas, Professor Soteco, and so on. So, dito ngayon, as we goes by, ako, I always believe that modern arnis actually standardize the basic. Okay? The basic. Yun ang importante. Kasi pag sinabi mong basic, naka-structured siya from basic to complex. That is why until now, kahit sino pong tingnan natin, they follow like basic classical strikes, like the doble baston, espada y daga, solo baston, 12 strikes, blocks and counter, blocks and strikes. These are styles of modern arnis which I think everybody follows. So, ngayon, as the President of International Modern Arnis Federation, of course, kasama po tayo sa pillars ngayon ng modern arnis under President's legacy. So, ipinopromote po natin yan na lahat go back to the foundation. Kung ikaw ay may style na iba, wala problema yon. At least kahit paano, you understand that the teaching of arnis ay merong basic. That's why we introduced the basic. So, with that, my purpose, yung ginagawa natin ngayon is we teach the trainers. Sino yung mga trainers na yon? The same pattern with what the Grandmaster Rema did and Remy and Professor Soteco did. They teach the teachers. That is why I also doing it. I conducted seminars for teachers, for PE teachers who are non-arnisadors. Okay? So, the scientific approach, the approach for teaching arnis for non-arnisador, di ba? So, parang ano yan kasi doon tayo pa rin sa hierarchy ng tinatawag nilang traditional martial arts na dapat black belt ka para magturo ka. But in our approach, as long as he's a teacher and he can transfer the system or pwede niyang i-transfer yung art to the students. Kasi ang importante ngayon, one is to educate our students about arnis. Kasi kapag natuto na sila ng arnis, then they can actually go to other instructors and add more on the basic that our teachers did or teach them. Okay? So, with that, okay, kung makikita nyo, since pandemic, I teach online. I'm sure, as far as I know, we have videos about online teaching. Yan. Makikita natin dito kung paano yung approach. Kasi, mahirap. Alam niyo naman po natin, itong pandemic, lahat hindi pwedeng lumabas. Especially last year. Bawal lumabas. At the same time, mga bata, naboboring na sa bahay nila. So, ang ginawa natin ngayon, we follow the new normal. Okay? The new normal in teaching. In fact, we have some competition, online competition, anyo competitions. Siguro in the near future, we will discuss about anyo competition online. And in fact, by next month siguro, we will also introduce another competition which is, we call it fast striking. Yeah. Ano yung fast striking is about, ano naman, yung isa sa anyo, and this time, it's about combat. So, ang ano natin ngayon is, paano namin itinuro yung arnis natin. Mahirap, di po ba? Kasi una, you need a little space. Kailangan natin ng space. Ayan. Pangalawa, wala silang instructor. So, I conducted several online arnis
techniques, all that are related to Filipino martial arts. I'm your host, Ferdinand Bobo Cayoles, and with me is my co-host, RB Mopita. For our first episode, it would be best that we would get somebody to talk to us about MMA. Our first host for our first episode is none other than
ipinasa sa different instructors, and ako, I'm lucky kasi I have the opportunity pa before Grandmaster Remy Precious died. I have the opportunity to mingle with him. Nakaka-chat ko siya before, naka-email ko siya, and personally, nagkita kami dito sa Pilipinas. I think that was the last time that he come to the Philippines before he died. So, nandun yung spirit, at the same time, yung tawag dito sa puso natin na continue the legacy of Press, because maganda naman ang kanyang ginawa in terms of propagating the art worldwide. Actually, not from the start in the Philippines itself, the process of teaching and propagate it worldwide. So, dito sa Pilipinas, nasa education yan, minomonitor po natin, tinitingnan natin, and some of teachers are actually approaching us to be their guests, to teach them about the basic of arnis. Kasi ang importante, matutunan ng ating mga bata ang basic, na maintindihan nila. Yes?
You know, Doc Pao, I have to give credit where it's due. We owe you a lot of thanks for being responsible also of spreading arnis not only in the Philippines but around the world. Now, I understand you and RB have some videos to show about yourself. Maybe you can tell us about it, RB?
Yes, we're just waiting for the video siguro. I'll discuss yan para makita natin kung ano yung mga ginagawa. Ayan, so tingnan natin no kung paano. This just except from the teaching PR online, no? So ayan, makikita natin GM both paano, di ba?
Let's invite teachers to watch this.
Yes, I already invited some of our yan. So tingnan nyo a small space with my daughter yan. I think si Paula lang andyan. Mayroon din kami with her.
Yes.
You know, I have two kids, pareho silang arnisador. It's best na maging arnisador din sila. Ayan. So,
It's in the blood.
yeah, it's in the blood. So you will see it's on step by step. Pag teaching in the online, hindi pwedeng mabilisan kasi. Pag binilisan mo, especially naglalag, katulad dito, naglalag yung ating internet. So, I do it a step-by-step lessons. In fact, these videos are actually being shared, and some teachers are saying thank you kasi mas naintindihan nila kung paano ang tama. That's why, if you notice, kahit medyo hindi lang, malit lang kasi ang space namin dyan, no? Hindi na nakikita yung position ng paa, but the most important, kung titin mo sa bot, yung ano ng kamay, yan. Paano yung tamang delivery? Paano yung tamang position? Saan siya pumupunta? Una, pangalawa, pangatlo. In this video, we're doing the single sinawali. Ayan. Yan pong single sinawali yan. Yes.
Even distance.
Yes, the distance.
May tanong po kayo.
That particular style,
easy to follow.
Yes, correct,
Of
sir.
course,
In that
either
particular video, sir,
the classes,
you will notice,
sa regular class,
the safety is
eh,
there.
kailangan natin
Kaya
ng
pinakikita
distance.
namin yung distance
Kaya
and
minsan
proper
hindi mo
delivery. Kasi
open
sa
video,
sinawali, sometimes other
Ang
students,
ano ko
especially
po,
yung young
ganito yan,
children,
para
nagkakatamaan
mas,
sila eh.
natin,
But in this
importante
teaching,
yung
ayan,
distance
binibigay,
niya.
ini-explain ko po
At least,
ano yung
may
tamang
men-
distance.
may measurement pa lang.
Kasi at tamang
Kasi magkaiba
placing
naman height
ng
ng estudyante.
may, kamay ba o
Ibig
stick.
sabihin, iba rin ang kanyang
Para
leg area.
pagka
ang width ng
panuan
leg
sila
nila.
uli,
So, yun yung
hindi sila
normal nila eh.
magtatamaan
So, pag
ng
umatras
partner.
siya,
Kasi ito yung
measured
teaching
sa kagad.
physical
Pag step
education eh.
forward,
Tinuturo
step forward
natin
siya,
kung paano
tatama siya sa kung saan
become
siya
physically
nararapat.
active. Kasi
Okay? So, meron
this
yung mga
video
maliit na
actually,
diferensya, pero alam naman,
kinanda
kunting
ko,
correct lang sa estudyante.
yan ay nakaano
Now,
pa yan, GCQ pa sa Metro
pagkatapos
Manila,
nun,
pero
in
ang maganda
counting,
dyan kasi,
ang
this
naka-forward
video,
stand sa stationary,
across
hindi siya gagalaw sa
the
right side.
archipelago yan eh.
You can also
Ayan.
move it
So,
na pag medyo
kahit may participants tayo dyan, Luzon,
10
Visayas,
pounds na
Mindanao,
tayo,
they follow it.
pagpalitin mo naman siya,
It is
left
actually
side
the
naman,
basic.
left
Yan.
forward naman.
So,
Okay?
maraming ano
So,
tayo
ganun lang. Ganun
In
lang
fact,
gagawin natin with the
i-plug ko
lesson.
na rin, no? They
So,
can
of course,
actually,
hopefully
we have actually
take note na lang. But this time, alam nyo,
tawag dito,
sabi nila,
videos,
mahirap pagka
instructional
sino
videos,
may
we did
footworks.
with RB
Ito yung
and
sikreto
my
na
daughter Paula
minsan hindi
sa
napapansin ng mga
Milo.
teachers
Yan, Milo
sa
Summer
Miss.
Olympics. They can actually
Tuturo
look
ko sa inyo na
at the
while
link or
performing
search the link sa
upper body,
sa
sumasabay
YouTube,
din yung
YouTube
lower,
siguro.
yung
Then
ating
tingnan lang
lower
po nila ang ano lang dyan is
strike,
Milo
sasabay
Summer
yung
Olympics Arnis Summer Olympics yan. Milo
gawin
something
activities.
ganon,
Ito po yun.
Arnis and Milo Summer
Start with the single sinawali.
training.
So later,
Nakikita
ganun
na po
din
nila yan.
yung gagawin natin.
Merong
Kasi
apat na
kung
video
kami
dyan which
nagtatanong
teach
pero
4 lessons for
makukuha nyo rin to
4 days. They can follow.
sa pattern.
Yes,
Okay?
the basic
So,
are this. So, pwede lang sundan actually yun eh. Katulad nito, yan. So, dito naman, Sir Bot, this is actually seminars for teachers. And dito naman, itinuturo natin kung paano i-correct, paano yung tama. Kasi siyempre, ang teachers, ang kanilang attention is teaching eh. So, how to teach properly, how to teach the art in a proper way. Kasi alam naman natin ngayon, really open ang social media, open na open yan. Pag nag-search ka sa YouTube, almost 50,000 to 100,000 maraming artists dyan at maraming nag-introduce. Tama? But not all of them are teaching the proper approach. So this is teacher's approach po ito na ginagawa natin. Kasi sabi ko sa inyo, I'm actually teacher by professions and naintindihan ko and I'm a physical education teacher. I got my master's degree in physical education. So, naintindihan na po natin na importante yung movement. Yan. Kailangan ang approach, how to develop the skills ay hindi po basta lang palo ng palo. Kung hindi, dapat ma-develop mo sa physical body. Ang importante sa artist kasi it should be developed in your physical body. Kasi we have that so-called memory of the muscles. Meron tayo mental memory. Sa artist, in all other physical activities, meron tayong tinatawag na muscle memory. If the correct form, yes, if the correct strikes in the correct positions, the correct forms are being tawag dito, teach or introduce properly sa muscle natin, in the future, later on with the memories of the muscles that we have, magiging na lang yan eh, basta pagka naisip mo, registered sa subconscious, sa tawag dito, sa muscle mo, sa subconscious mind, and later sa instinct, tinatawag natin instinct. Meron namang yan. So, yun yung importance kung bakit ako mismo, kasi naintindihan ko kasi from I am a teacher, I am a PE teacher, I teach movements, tapos hindi ito kasi napansin natin sa seminars na alam mo naman pagka it's about cognitive seminars, madali lang eh. Pero pagka dito sa psychomotor, medyo mahirap eh. See, you're not just understanding the terms, deliveries, but of course, kahit sabihin mo, alam mo ang tamang delivery, pero hindi na registered sa muscle mo, tama, you have the delivery, you know already the the terms of the terms ng style, ng technique. Pero pag ito itinuro mo, yun ang problema. Kaya sometimes sabi nila,
Nakuha po ba natin?
actually, Sir Bot,
Yan.
no? And RB,
Nakuha natin, no?
mapapansin mo yan. Before I been in
right and left forward. So
Department of
nakita
Education,
nyo, diba?
narinig ko
Parang
yan eh.
mas madali siya.
Hindi kasi marunong mga
Na-
taga-DepEd
na-
magturo. They are wrong.
yung footwork.
Marunong magturo ang mga
Magkasama siya.
taga-DepEd ng
Okay?
RDs.
So,
They
ulit
are wrong.
natin, then later,
Kaya may nagsasabi nga dyan, mali-mali ang tinuturo ng DepEd. Hindi po mali ang mga taga-DepEd magturo ng RDs. Mali lang po kayo ng pagturo sa aming teacher. Kasi we understand, our teachers are non-Arlisadors.
Yes.
But, pero sila mga ano sila eh, mga genius sila kasi kahit yung mali mong pagbigay sa kanila, na-transform nila in a proper way.
para mas madali natin
Yan pong dapat. So,
Paano
kaya
siya
ngayon, pag kami
ginagawa?
nagtatanong sa atin, mga teachers sa field, inaano natin, inuunti-unti natin. Ano, sabi niya, sir, hindi kasi na-explain yan. Siguro it's a matter of doing some explanations lang naman. Okay? So,
What I
ayun.
like in your video, no, I see RB there, I think Paula. You know, sir, if I can
Paula, yes,
summarize,
Paula.
if I can summarize your video, I can say three F's: form,
Yeah, yeah.
function, and finer points. Yeah. It's so
Correct.
good.
Yan. Yes.
Very nice
So,
video.
yun.
Very clear, easy to understand. RB, what can you say
So-
about the video? Did you find it easy to watch and learn during this
Yes.
during the production? Okay.
Yes sir, yes. Kasi mas the more na mabagal yung turo, the more na parang mas maiintindihan mo po yung tinuturo ng instructor sa inyo.
Madali, ma-absorb.
Yes.
In other words, sir, both, ito yung new normal. Okay? Ito yung new normal. So, kasi video, ulitin ko sa video kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng problema, naglalag ang internet. So, hindi mo siya pwedeng mabilisan. Kung mabilis, you can see Grandmaster Bambit doing some speed strikes. We do some. Yan. Oh, ito naman, medyo nahuli lang konti itong empty hand. Now, with transform. Sabi natin, our knees is an extension of the hand. Tingnan, kung papansinin ninyo po, ito, kung napapanood natin, this is now a empty hand training, but that is sinawali also. Okay?
Sinawali.
So, yeah, this form of sinawali, I think that we're doing X sinawali. So, ganito po yan. Sabi ko nga, it's another form of scientific approach. Sa ako, I am actually, Sir Bot daw, to further, no, doing some curriculums about teaching our niece in grade 1 level, grade 1 to grade 3 level in PE. This is a form of play. Kung papansinin mo, this is a form of play. Yan. Kasi may play naman ang mga bata na tapping hand, di ba? So, ginawa natin yan. Ayan. This is what I've learned from Grandmaster Bambit, ng empty hand, empty hand sinawali. So, ulitin ko po, disclaimer, hindi ko po sarili yung art, yung skill, pero I just transfer it. Okay? Natutunan ko rin yan. So, then nakita ko mas effective, kaya yan po ang itinuturo natin. Kaya tayo, we teach our niche, not necessarily stick to stick. Sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, it's also a form of stick to hand or empty hand movements. Yan.
Yes.
Now, makakita niyo sa video, we are doing the redonda. Yan.
Redonda.
Paano yung tamang delivery? Yeah, we are doing the redonda. Paano ang tamang delivery ng redonda? Saan dapat nagtra-travel yung stick? Saan? Yan. It's a downward slashing approach. Left and right. So,
Doctor, you show us more of these videos in our show so that we can share it. No,
Yes,
you
yes.
know, we can help you. Maybe we can be a vessel also of spreading martial arts, and especially the good teaching methods.
yes. Tama po, Sir Bot, no? So, siguro, in the future siguro na ating mga episodes, I'm sure we also have to, yan, ating time, no? By the way,
Sige.
yes, dito sa Modernist, as I've said, I start Modernist when I migrated in Metro Manila, fully Modernist. Pero during my time in Kuntao, we have also that so-called Kuntao 5-5 kasi meron din kami noon style na ganon with the late Grandmaster Napase. Yan po ay galing po sa aming Grandmaster din sa Kuntaw, Grandmaster Salito Lanyaga, Habdat Kuntaw 55. Pero dito po, mas nag-grow, yung harness is sa aking sarili was grown more on modernist. But still, ulitin ko, the most important thing for the martial artist, huwag nating kalilimutan kung saan tayo nagmula. Okay? Kasi, pagka nakalimutan mo pinagmulan mo, hindi magandang pagpapakita yon sa mga estudyante natin. That is why all of my students, kahit sabihin ko ayoko na sa inyo, bumabalik sila. It's because pinapakita ko sa kanila ang importance na dapat wag nating kalilimutan yung basic natin, wag nating kalimutan kung saan ang galing tayo. In fact, I'm not just an artist practitioner. I also learned, actually, Grandmaster Mike Vasquez teach me how to do the tapado. Yan, I'm sure kilala mo si Grandmaster Mike, di ba? Si Grandmaster Mike, you know Grandmaster Mike, a karate champion, pero nagtapalo pag pumalo si Grandmaster Mike. Ramdam sa buko. So, all of
He's a PE
those,
teacher.
I know. So,
He's a PE teacher.
yes, all of those, especially Negros artists. Ako kasi, since ang aking artist is Negrense, so lahat ng mga Negros artisador dyan, ayan, medyo,
May tanong po kayo?
kasi mas bati in Negros, malapit
Ito po
naman yan.
yun, no?
Kaya sabi ko, pinsan ako ng mga taga Negros,
Of course,
especially
we did the
when it
classes,
comes to artist. Ayan.
regular class.
So, yun. Sir Bot,
Okay,
siguro,
kailangan natin
marami siguro kulang yung isang araw pag diniscuss natin.
Okay lang.
It's been most enjoyable, sir. It's been most enjoyable. It's been most educational having you in the show. Diba, RC, we'd like to have more of
ng estudyante.
the time in the future.
Iba rin ang kanyang leg area.
Yes, I'm open, yes.
Leg nila. So yun yung
Sige
normal
po.
nila eh. So pag
Anyway,
pumakas
Doc
siya,
Pao, it's
measure
really nice to
ka
have
agad. Pag
you
sabi
here
step
on our
forward,
maiden
step
episode,
forward siya,
and we look
tatama
forward
siya
to
sa
have
minsan,
more of you in
harapan.
our episodes.
Okay?
I hope
So,
we
meron
can have
yung mga
more
maliliit na
videos,
diferensya, pero
more
ano
methods,
naman,
or even
kunting
show us your style.
correct lang
We
sa
really would like to highlight it, and we would like to showcase what you have. You know, that's the function of first part. That is the function of what the show is for the first place. We really would like to welcome and have people like you with us. So,
Thank you,
ladies and
thank you.
gentlemen, I believe
Pagpalitin
it's
mo
very
naman
nice
siya,
to
left
have
side
Doc
naman,
Paul
left
Mutita to have on our
forward
show.
naman.
Yes,
So, ganun lang. Ganun lang
na-emphasize po
gagawin
yung
natin
artist
with the
through
lesson.
teaching talaga.
Of course, population.
And I hope you will be able to inspire more young people like
Sabi
you.
nila,
Yes.
mahirap pagka ang sino ang
Yes,
ano,
yes.
yes, it works.
There you have
Ito
it,
yung
folks.
sekreto na minsan
Man
hindi napapansin
behind
ng mga
artists, the mind behind
sa
teaching artists.
tuturo ko sa inyo na
Paulo
while
Mutita,
performing the
Doc Paul,
upper body,
Thank you, sir.
sumasabay
Thank you, Grandmaster. But
lower extremity.
Yes. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Paul Mutita, and we will have more of our videos in our future episodes. At this point again, we would like to thank Tumandok Crafts, Gcash, and SEAOIL for making this show possible. Anyway, RB, so what can you say about our episode today? I think we're very excited, you know.
Yes.
Grandmaster July heard what you had to say.
Yes, I would like to say, first sir, I will make shoutout sa ating mga manonood ngayon kasi nagstay sila hanggang sa last guest natin, no, Sir Bot. Grabe sila sumuporta ngayon. Ayan. And yun, sir, yeah, thank you very much to all of you guys. Shoutout po sa inyo. Hindi ko na po kayo may sa isa kasi ang dami nyo po. And ayan. So, thank you for your support po. Ayan. So, ayun, Sir Bot, yung masasabi ko lang sa ating naging talk with our guest is sa kay GM Bambit is mas nakilala natin kung saan siya nagmula, yung evolution talaga ng arnis since then hanggang ngayon po, no? And kay Doc po, mas na-emphasize niya po yung teaching, mas na-emphasize niya po yung teaching through arnis po, na pwede rin siya sa teaching din po. Ayun. Ikaw, Sir Bot, ano po yung insights niyo about this?
I really would like to thank GM Bambit and Doc Paul Matita because, you know, they were able to show us that teaching then and now was really different. Could just imagine how painful it was to learn Arnis then. Maybe that could have been the reason why there are not so many Arnis practitioners our age. Right now, with modern Arnis, we have more reach, we have more contacts with online. You know, sometimes I think COVID is good for Arnis because it encouraged people like GM Bambit and
Yes.
Dr. Paul Mutita to go online and reach more people through the internet.
Yes, yes. Mas nakakapag-reach out din po tayo kasi through online po, 'di ba? Yun na rin po yung mga nagiging source ng ating mga kababayan ngayon dito. And ayun, mas nagiging madali pero may encounter side po yung internet connection. But still, we can reach out other people teaching Arnis din po. Ayan.
And for our viewers, no, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on APN First Strike.
Yes, yes.
And always again, thank you for SEAOIL, Gcash, and Tumandok. These people are really making Arnis move forward.
Yes, yes.
So, anyway, RB, I think we really had a good day today. I hope you would
Yeah.
like. We do have any future activities and events that you would like to showcase in our future shows?
Yes, yes sir, thank you. I would like to plug in our next episode po, no? First is the pre-fast strike interview organizer to Joel Madrona on July 24. Next week po yan. Ayan. Next is the pre-fast strike endorsement by Dr. Mutita. And the next is the fast strike ongoing tournament. So, i-stream din po natin to, no, Sir Bot. And post fast strike interview with coach and champions. Ayan.
Okay. RB, I want to see more of your skills. Perhaps in our next episode, you can insert some of your techniques that we can show our viewers. So that every
Yes,
time
yes.
they watch First Strike, they not only see or get informed, they also learn.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Dr. Mutita, we would like to see some of those. I think he would be very glad to help us. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, with this, we would like to again thank our sponsors, Gcash, SEAOIL, and Tumandok. Thank you very much. And our guests, the luminaries, the people behind the movement of Irish in the Philippines, Grandmaster Samuel Babit Dulay, and Dr. Paul Mutita. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you can join us in our future episodes.
Thank you very much
So-
po.
So until then, RB, I think it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you on our
Yeah.
next episodes, only here on First Strike.
All playing it.